Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about licensing in the new version of InTouch 2017. Things have changed a little bit from what most people are used to as far as licensing goes with this product. And so we're going to actually license an InTouch machine today. So for those of you following along out there on the web, if you've just installed InTouch version 2017 on a machine and now need to license it, there are a few steps that you're going to need to do to get this done. The first thing you'll need to do is go to the Schneider Electric License Manager. This would have been installed when you installed InTouch 2017. And what it'll do is it'll launch a browser. This browser is the Schneider Electric License Manager browser. Currently it's launched locally, so if I'm not on the internet, no big deal. But what I'll see here is the name of my InTouch machine currently running. If I wanted to manage all of my licenses from one machine, I could do that. I could come in here and hit add server and add additional servers. But today I'm not currently licensed on this machine yet, so I'm going to need to do that. The first thing I'll need to do is go under servers and hit activation settings and determine if I'm going to activate this online or offline, meaning do I have internet connection on this machine or not? Currently, I do have internet connection, so we're going to do an online activation. You'll see the little cloud over here with a green check mark indicating that we're online. I now go back to my servers area, click on my machine that I'm going to license, and you can see that there's no licenses listed in the bottom down here. By hitting add license, I can now on the right browse for my license file. And the license file itself with InTouch 2017, you will now receive an email that has an XML file within it that's going to be used to license your machine. So I have my demo license.xml file located on the desktop. I have done this before, so it shows it in the list here, and I can check the box that this is the license I'd like to activate and choose activate. And then you just wait, and now you'll see that the license is a status of activated. And so if your InTouch machine is connected to the web, you can very easily license it by adding the XML file and activating it here. Now, if your InTouch node is not connected to the internet or does not have internet access, there is an entirely different process that you need to go through in order to license the machine. So what we're going to do now is go through how to do that if the computer is not connected to the internet. The first thing you need to do, you'll notice that I've got no license activated. You go to Servers, Activation Settings, and within here you choose Offline Activation. You can see that the cloud changes to a red X. Now, what I will do is go back to Servers, go to my machine that I'd like to license and hit Add License. You'll do the same thing. You'll browse for that XML file, choose it, activate it. And what you'll notice is that it says pending activation requests here under status. You also have cancel pending actions if you want to cancel this. But in bright yellow at the top here, there's a little option that says offline activation. If I hit the drop down menu, I can hit request activation, deactivation. When I choose that, it asks me if I'm sure I want this, and I'll hit yes. And what will happen is it will download a .sync file. Okay, this sync file is what we need in order to license this. So I've got that in my downloads folder. What I'll do next is I need to go to a website on a machine that does have internet access in order to license this. So now that I'm on a machine that does have internet access at licenseactivation.wonderware.com, I can browse for this file that I have now copied over here. So if I go to downloads, here's my SendSync, open it, and I have to make sure I'm not a computer or a robot. So I'll type in the code and hit upload file. And what will happen is I will receive a sync file that now actually is in my downloads folder, but I would take that and copy it to the InTouch node that is not licensed. So going back to my InTouch node that's not licensed, I would come back in here into the Schneider Electric License Manager and choose the little button at the top and choose Receive Activation Deactivation. And I select the file that I received once I went to a machine with internet access and hit open. and wait. And then you'll notice that my status is now activated and I am licensed. And what I could do is I can look at details of the license. You can see on the right here, here's my license details, what is being licensed and enabled via the feature lines within that XML file. And I can really manage everything from within this environment. So there's two ways to activate it. If you have internet access, you can activate it online. If you do not have internet access, you're going to have to do it offline, where you take the file to a different machine, activate it, and then bring the received file back. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll also leave in the description a link to the license activation site so that you can activate your version 2017 InTouch licenses.